The grip that Russian propaganda has on Russians is so strong that my next guest didn't stop blindly supporting Russia until she left her home country and moved all the way to the United States. In a new Politico op-ed, journalist Anastasia Carrier describes how it was easier to accept the Kremlin line as truth than to question each confusing argument. In fact, it was only after her move that her beliefs came crashing down as she realized that her political views were rooted not in facts, but in a lifelong exposure to the Kremlin's propaganda machine. And Anastasia joins us now. In your piece, which I really, really enjoyed, it was super, super thoughtful, you write about the moment when your world came crashing down. And that was when you felt very disoriented and lonely because your parents, they're still in, the pro-Putin Russia. They're in that propaganda bubble, and your friends and, in the US, they didn't understand where you were coming from. Can you talk about how a lot of this has been exacerbated since the beginning of the war in Ukraine, and how it's even made it more clear to you just how much of a propaganda bubble those who are in Russia, including your family, are compared to what the facts actually are?
Of course, before the start of the war, it was quite clear that Russian propaganda was radicalizing my parents more and more with each passing year. But since the war started, it became more absurd and more harmful. The popular narrative became that Russia is trying to stop Nazis from taking over the Ukraine. And my parents started to believe it more and more, and it became more difficult to have these conversations and simply tolerate certain things they say.
Do you feel like it's impossible to break through the Russian propaganda? Is it actually possible? Are we setting expectations that are unrealistic for the people who are within the borders of Russia, that they would even have access to information that pierces through the propaganda?
Many Russians do have access to good information, but this requires some extra steps. You need a VPN, you need to go to which websites to go to read independent news. The issue is that the people who don't really go looking for information, and this was an issue for me while I was still in Russia, I was not actively looking for good sources of information. I was passively consuming whatever made it through to me on TV when somebody else watched it, or something I saw on social media. So this is a big issue now because there's so much propaganda coming through to so many Russians who are tired of trying to figure out what is true. So it is possible to get through to some. I think it's going to take much, much, much longer to get through to other people because they double down on very patriotic, very pro-Russia, pro-Putin beliefs. But then at the same time, there are people who see these images of bodies lying in Bucha, of the bombings in Ukraine, and they do question what they see.
I mean, do you feel like you have a responsibility as a Russian speaker to push back on some of the propaganda that you hear from people who are only seeing one side of, well, most recently, the conflict in Ukraine, the war in Ukraine?
Yes, I think it's absolutely very important to engage in these conversations. I think we should pick our battles carefully because it's not something we can always win, but it's important to let people know that there is different narratives, that what they believe is not true, and try to be there for them when they're ready to have these conversations.
It's an important point. One of the things I've been thinking a lot about is, we judge. We're like, here in the United States, we're like, how could anybody in Russia believe the propaganda? But I'm like, just look at our country, and we can see that propaganda is very, very effective. We have our own conspiracies here. We have QAnon. And also sort of the bigger, broader Trump umbrella. What's your perspective on how propaganda works here in the United States, especially as it relates to Trump and all of the conspiracies related to the people that support him?
I've been writing about QAnon for Politico magazine, and there are a lot of parallels. That's actually the reason why I started writing about QAnon, because I was looking for somebody who experienced something similar to what I experienced. And the parallels are similar. You still get a lot of information which is based on half facts and blown out of proportion to serve certain political narratives favorably. And for people to quit this kind of belief, it's also incredibly difficult because your whole belief system crashes down and you have to rebuild everything because you cannot trust yourself, you cannot trust the facts you consume on media, in school, anywhere really. And it's not surprising that it's so hard to break through to certain people in the US because it's been building up. It's a big problem that we'll have to be addressing for many years to come.
I think it's nothing simple. There's nothing simple about this, but it is important for us to address it head on because it's dangerous. Anastasia, thank you so much for being here today. Anastasia Carrier, please stay safe.